talking to Praise. Hi, Neo and Lovu, how are you? Yes, also Faith, I'm actually not worried about the exams, eh? I'm worried about the content. See? I'm worried about the content. Lunako. I don't think you're able to tell them. Are you? No, Jibril, don't spoil the lesson. Jibril, I will talk to them after the lesson. Now I want people to concentrate on the lesson, and then I'll say, I'll say the proper. Okay. Zebu, it's 9 o'clock. Can you start?
Yes, we can start now.
Okay. Let's see how many we have. Okay. Good morning, grade 5s. I hope you guys are excited that it's a Friday today. I'm tired. Yeah, and I'm glad it's a Friday. So tomorrow I get to sleep in. I'm a bad teacher. I've told you that I'm a bad teacher because, I love sleeping in. Okay. So I'm Emily Leke, and then I'm taking you guys for maths. Yes. And then yesterday we started on, okay, people are getting in. Yesterday we started, not yesterday, the day before yesterday, we started with 3D shapes. And then today we are going to look at the properties. So I think it's best if you had that box, remember that box that you guys had and whatever, the box of tablets that you have and cough syrup, if you have those shapes and you actually hold them, and when we talk about the vertices and the edges and the faces, you actually be holding something and relating to it, because I want you guys to know this, so that when you go to grade 6, I just want you guys to remember, say, ma'am, show this. Yes, Lutando, I am actually covering all content, and 3D shapes is the second from the last topic. We're almost done. Oh, Sakura, why didn't you come in early and tell us it's your birthday? I'm going to sing for you, Sakura, at the end of the lesson. I have a horrible voice, so I'm going to sing with my horrible voice. I'm telling you, my voice is horrible, but then I'm going to sing for you. I don't know how to sing. So happy birthday, Sakura. All right. So as I was saying, this is the second from the last topic. The last topic is division. So we are almost done, almost done. Because with 3D shapes, no. The symmetry is only one lesson, and then it's division. So it's symmetry, then it's division. So we're almost done with the syllabus. So you guys actually did not lose. You didn't lose any time to work, especially if you were here from the beginning, because I know that most of you were here from the beginning. But if you're not to despair. The videos are there on YouTube. Okay, so that's it about the content. Now, today we are going to look at the properties of 3D shapes. By now, everyone knows you can recognize a cube. We did it yesterday, and we did it until I'm like, oh, I'm tired of doing this. So now everyone knows what is a cube. You know how many faces it has. The only thing maybe that you might not know is the edges and the vertices only. But all these other nitty-gritties, we dealt with them yesterday. So we did the shapes. I'm not going to be explaining any shape. The only thing that I'm going to do is to talk about the properties. So, yeah. And then, okay. So at the end of the lesson, you'll know that when you talk of properties of a shape, we are talking about how many faces. I got it with the grade 4s yesterday. They were saying the faces are sides. Okay, so 3D shapes, let me deal with that misconception. 3D shapes, when we talk about faces, we're not talking about sides. We only talk about number of sides when we talk about 2D shapes. So there is no sides, Shem, because my grade 4s yesterday, they were saying, it has 5 sides. And then it's actually what? We have faces, and then we have, okay, we have faces, and we have vertices, and then we have edges. So those are the properties that you talk about. So when you see in a scope, and then your teacher says that you have to look at the properties of 3D shapes, that's what the teacher is talking about. The faces, the vertices, and the edges. And then we're going to start No, it's 3D shapes. Zara is 3D shapes, not 2D shapes. Ne? Okay, so I think, no, I know, not that I think. Then on Monday, you are going to do nets of 2D shapes. No, it's comparison and then it's nets. So you have 2 more lessons for 2D shapes. And then on Wednesday, you are doing symmetry. Yeah. And then geometric patterns, then it's division. Yeah. Okay. So we know that this is a cube, right? We know that this is a cube. So on the chart, now we can use it for answering. I want us to finish. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine, Babalo. Don't stress, man. But thank you for being considerate. You guys have manners. You apologize. You really touched my heart. You have manners, you know. Yes. Okay. So we know this is a cube, yes. And then I'm just going to look at the properties, and then how many faces. So we know that a cube has 6 faces. Why am I saying we know? Because grade 5s, I think I told you yesterday, we only see 3. I know some of you can't visualize. Okay, me too. It was bad until I did a module in university about visualizing. I was bad, but now my eyes have opened. So you only see 3 faces, right? It doesn't mean that it has 3 faces. So we see the side, the front. So the front, if we see a front, there is a back, guys. There is a back, and then if we see the side, there is another side. There is an opposite side. So there is an opposite shape of or opposite face. There is an opposite face of the faces that you see. So this one, the front one, has the opposite, which is the back, right? And then this side one has the opposite, which is the right side, because we see the left side. And then the top has the opposite, which is the bottom. So then a cube has 6 faces. That is one property. It has 6 faces. And then it has 12 edges. And then we say that edges are lines. So if you are carrying your cube right now, if you're carrying a cube or a rectangular prism, or you're carrying a box, or you're carrying a dice, if you can count the number of lines, the top part of your dice is going to have 4 lines, right? So the top part is going to have 4. So you can even, if I was in class, you're going to run your hands over them. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4 on the top part. And then the bottom part is also going to have what? Is also going to have 4 lines. So then, okay, I have something here. I want to, okay. So the top part is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Which is the top part. Okay, you don't see obviously what I'm doing, but I hope you are following. And then the bottom part that also has 4. So that's 4 the top lines, and then 4 the bottom ones. And then on the sides, so we have 8. On the sides, it's 9, and then 10 the other side, right? And then 11, 12. So it is 12 lines. So do not count again. Don't count the ones that you counted. You can even use a colored pen or whatever to draw the lines differently so that you can see that it is 12 lines. And then, and lines are edges. And then for the corners, so we count the top corners. So it is 4 on top. So we count the top. Okay, why am I getting feedback? Okay, can you guys hear me? Okay, I'm receiving feedback. Can you hear me properly? Properly. Okay, Neo Shongwani said yes. Oh, okay, all right. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, all right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay, I was receiving feedback, so I thought you're not hearing me. And then the vertices, which are corners. So if whatever that you're holding, I hope you're holding something on the top of whatever that you're holding. If it's a book, it is 4 corners on top, and then also 4 corners at the bottom. So that makes it 8 corners. And then what if, so this is now if you have the object. Now, do you think that when you go to an exam, your teacher is going to allow you to get in with a cube or a dice, and then you are busy in an exam? Do you think your teacher will allow you to take out that shape and allow you to count the number of faces and the number of vertices? Let's be real, guys. Is your teacher going to allow you that? Definitely not. Yes, they won't. So now, we are busy with properties of 3D shapes now. Properties, we're looking at properties today. We've done 3D shapes, now we're looking at properties. So yes, obviously your teacher is not going to allow you, right? And then, do you think that you're going to remember all this? Okay, but you guys, every day you do maths, you might not remember the number of faith because you guys are doing 3 prisms. So let's be real. So I came up with it's actually a strategy. So as much as you guys cram or whatever, memorize your tables. So these are just formulas. So if you can just memorize the formula, then you're going to be able to answer in an exam. So you just need to memorize the formula and that's it. And it's a very simple formula. So then the shape of the faces in a cube, I want you to listen to this one very carefully. So the shape of the faces in a cube are squares, right? We know they are squares. And what is it that you know about a square? So we know that a square has 4 equal sides. We know that, and this formula, guys, you can use it up until grade, you do maths lead up until grade 9, or even up until grade 12. So just master this formula now, and you're going to remember it. So it's a cube, and we know that it is made of squares. And then it is, and what do you know about a square? We know that a square has 4 equal sides, right? So this applies for all the prisms. This applies for all the prisms. If you can screenshot this, please do. So this applies for all the prisms. So as you go even to grade 7, I said you're not going to only do 3 prisms, but you're going to do maybe up until 7. And are you going to remember that? No. So remember this formula, and then you're going to be home and away. So this formula is for prisms, not for pyramids. I'll give you the one for pyramids. So to get the number of faces, so now you do not have a cube in front of you. And then you just have to know to get the number of faces, you use the base, the number of sides in a base. So a square has 4, then you say 4 plus 2. So to get the number of faces in any prism, to get the number of squares in any, to get the number of faces, okay. Okay, Zara, if you're using a laptop, if you're using a laptop, press Alt and there is a button also, PRTSC, which is print screen grab. So Alt and print screen grab, and then you're going to take a screenshot, or grab someone's phone and then you take a picture. You can grab someone's phone and take a picture. Okay, so to get the number of faces in a cube, and you do not have a cube in front of you or any prism, we plus 2. So we say the number of sides of the base plus 2. So if it's a pentagonal prism, then we'll say that a pentagonal prism, because it's a pentagon, right? It's a pentagon, and the pentagon has 5 sides. Then you're going to say 5 plus 2, which is 7. So it means that a pentagonal prism, even without seeing it, you know that it has 7 faces. So to get the number of faces, we say plus 2. So the base of the shape, which should be a square or a rectangle or a pentagon or a hexagon, plus 2. That's 6 faces. And then to get the vertices, we say the base, the sides of the base. So the sides of a square, there are 4, then we say 4 times 2, and then we get the number of corners. So to get the corners, times 2. And then to get the faces, plus 2, right? Plus 2, right? And then the last one, to get the vertices, so to get the edges, this is now you don't have the shape in front of you. So to get the edges, we say times 3. So 4 times 3 is 12. So you can get with this method, you can get the edges of any shape of any prism. You can get the vertices of any prism, and then you can get the faces of any prism. Just know, it's just 3 things that you have to cram. To get the faces is plus 2. To get the vertices is times 2. And then to get the edges is times 3. And what is this times 3? We are timesing the number of sides of the base of the shape. And we have done the base. Remember, I said we did Faith. You can switch off your video, my dear. Thank you so much. And then Jordan had a question. Jordan, since was raised. Okay, Jordan, your hand was raised. I'm going to unmute you just in case you have a question. Okay. Jordan family,
Ma'am, you have feedback.
yes, okay, but now it's fine.
Yes, ma'am.
I also, yes, I got that echo also. I don't know why. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Did I not mute? Okay, it's muted. Okay. All right. I don't know why I have feedback. Okay. Zbu? Zbu?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I don't know why I have feedback. I also hear it from my side.
Okay, let me just mute all of them.
Okay, all right.
Okay, I think it should be fine now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was also getting a feedback. All right. So that is how we get the properties, right? That is how we get the properties. So this one is of a cube. And then the most interesting part to the properties, oh, can you unmute? Okay, can you check for me? Okay, they're saying mem is because we can temporarily unmute ourselves. Or other people are unmuting themselves. Oh, okay. Maybe, yeah. Okay, my host will check that. Okay, guys. Okay, let it be a good day today. I'm asking, let it be a good day. Do not unmute yourself unless I unmute you. Because I'm also getting, remember I said I'm getting feedback. That's why I asked if you're hearing me properly. So now you are unmuting yourself and then your background is coming through to me and then it's disturbing the other kids. And that is not so cool. Why are you unmuting? You don't need to be unmuted unless and until I unmute you. So can this be a good day, guys? Okay. Okay, all right. Okay, they muted everyone now. Okay, that's good. All right, so we can proceed. Okay, thank you, Nell, for telling me that. All right. So looking at the rectangular prism, also the videos, I'm seeing so much videos coming through today. Let's not switch on the videos, please. Okay. So looking at a rectangular prism, the nice thing is if you know the properties of a cube, you're also going to know the properties of a rectangular prism. Why? Because they are the same. Because they're the same. Why are they the same? We say that a square has 4 sides and we use that 4 plus 2 to get faces, the 4 times 2 to get vertices, and then the 4 times 3. So a rectangular prism space is also a rectangle. So we use the same formula. So if you know the properties of a cube, you automatically know the properties of a rectangular prism. So you see, it's easy. So still, a rectangular prism has 6 faces, and then it also has 12 edges, and then it has 8 vertices. So if you know a rectangular prism, you know a cube. If you know a cube, you know a rectangular prism. So you just need to learn one and you know for both. You buy one, you learn one and get one for free. If there's such a thing, yes, learn one and get one for free. So I won't dwell much on the rectangular prism. It has the same properties as a cube. So what I said here is still the same thing. So 4 plus 2 and then 4 times 2 to get the corners and then 4 times 3 to get the edges. So the properties of a cube and the properties, serious, do I still have feedback? Okay, Zara says I have feedback. I don't hear it from my side. I don't hear it from my side. Okay, praise. Oh, okay, all right. I don't know, Zara. Okay, all right. So most of them are saying no, I don't have it. So check your side, Zara. All right. So the properties of a cube and the properties of a rectangular prism are the same. So we can move on now to the triangular prism. We can move on to the triangular prism. So if you use the same formula that I've given you, or the same trick. It's not a trick, it's a formula actually that was proven it works. So a triangular prism space is a triangle, right? I want you to follow me. A triangular prism space is a triangle. And I say that, now you can answer on the chat. I say that to get the number of faces, we say +2. So how many faces does a triangular prism have? How many faces does it have? I'll read the first 3 answers and then move on. Okay, Faith says it has 5. Okay, guys, it has 5. Okay, it has 5, yes. It has 5 in total because a triangle has 3 sides. And then the trick is we say 3 + 2 to get the number of faces, guys. 3 + 2. Remember on a cube, we said 4 + 2 to get 6. To get 6 faces. Then a triangular prism, yes, it has 5. So the base is a triangle. And what do you know about a triangle? You know that a triangle has 3 sides. So then we say 3 + 2, praise. Yes, it has 5. Yes. So now you also write it has 5. So now for a triangular prism, we no longer use 4. I get it, guys. Why are you not using 4? We used 4 for a square and a rectangle because a square has 4 sides, and a rectangular prism, on a rectangular prism, a rectangle has 4 sides. That's why we use 4. Now it's a triangular prism. So in a triangular prism, it has, the base of a triangular prism is a triangle, and a triangle has 3 sides. So we say 3 + 2, right? And then what about for the edges? We say times what? If you still remember, we say 3 times what? So how many edges does it have? Because I know you don't have a triangular prism in front of you. Yes, it has 9 edges. So we say 3 times 3 because we said for the edges, we multiply by 3. It has 9. Thank you, Tafika. It has 9. Yes, Faith, it has 9. Exactly, praise. You also gave me the formula. You say 3 times 3 equals to 9. Thank you, Zara. It has 9. And then now for the vertices. Okay, yes, Naledi, you are right. It is 9. And then for the vertices, why does it have 6 vertices? We say 3 times 2, right? Yes, you are right. Buhle, Faith, you are right. It has 6. Also, Tafika, it has 6. So to get, I'll repeat so that you guys will understand. Yes, thank you, Praise, and thank you, Amanda. I said on prisms, to get the number of faces, we say +2. To get the number of vertices, we say ×2. And then to get the number of edges, we say ×3. What is it? Someone asked, what is it ×3? So we look at the base and also look at the name on what the prism is called by. Because if it's a triangular prism, it means that the base is a triangle. So it gives away. If it's a rectangular prism, it means that the base is a rectangle. If it's a cube, it means that the base is a square. So we use the number of sides of the base multiplied by, or for the faces, base +2, and then for the vertices, base ×2, and for the edges, base ×3. So yes, you are right. It has 6 vertices, or it has 6 corners, for those that were not there when we did terminology. Remember, I said with this topic, there's so many, and many a time in class, as teachers, because we assume that maybe you guys know. So you find out that learners actually don't know when you do an assessment. That's why I said, when we started, I said, let us do terminology. I want you to know the words. Do you remember? I said, let us do terminology. And yesterday, we were just looking at the shapes, looking at them coming from different angles. We looked at the shapes. So now we are looking at properties, because I knew that when it came to properties, people really struggle. Even in grade 7, they really struggle. That's why I wanted to hit this one on the nail. Okay, so as you guys have said, I'll just project the answers. It has 5 faces, which are 2 triangle faces. So we see this triangle in front. There is another triangle at the back, and then this one is a rectangle. We see it on the side. There is another rectangle at the back, and then there is obviously this shape is sitting on some kind of a shape, and then it's sitting on its base is it's not a base, but it's sitting on another rectangle. So it has 3 rectangles and 2 triangle faces. And then we've done the corners. Then we've done the edges. Can you see that? I'm also going to test you guys to see if you were actually listening. So this is what you just did now. If you can also screenshot this. So here I was explaining in depth. For you so that you understand how we get the 6. How do we get the 9? So you can take a screenshot of that one. Okay, I assume that you guys have taken a screenshot. Okay, Ashraf, will you switch off our videos, ne? You can switch off the video for us. Thank you so much. Okay, if yours doesn't work, no, then take someone's phone and then they can send it to you as a document. Take someone's phone and take a picture. Or then you have to go back to YouTube and when you want and then watch this. Okay, so that is about prisms. We are done. So we've looked at the properties of the prisms. Okay, there will come a time when I'm going to ask you guys. So now let's look at a square base pyramid. I said we're going to look at two pyramids, which is a square base pyramid. We have done it, and a tetrahedron or a triangular base pyramid. So I said for prisms, that formula, it applied only for prisms. Meaning that for pyramids, there is another formula because a prism and a pyramid, they are not the same. So do not confuse that prism formula for the pyramids formula. Do not confuse them. Okay, so now let's just look at the square base prism before I don't know why people keep on going out. Okay, so a square base pyramid, it has a square base. That's why it's called a square base. It is a square base, and then it has 4 triangular faces that make a sharp point. So in total, it has 5 faces. So it's a square based. So it has a square, and the square has how many sides? A square has 4 sides. From each side, there has to come Zibo, don't oh, okay, I don't know. Is it this one? I think we have that person again. Can you see Risima? Okay, and just tapping my. Okay, so from every side of the pyramid, because it's a square base, so you draw triangles, and the square has 4 sides, so it means you're going to draw what? 4 triangles. So a square base has a square base and 4 triangles. If it's a triangular base pyramid, then a triangle has 3 sides, so it means that from the base you're going to draw 3 triangles, right? So a square base has 5 faces, and then it has 5 vertices or 5 corners, and then it has 8 edges. Okay, I'm going to give you a formula now. So it has 5 faces. So we have a base and the 4 triangles. So let me give you the formula. So to find, now you don't have a square base in front of you, it's an exam. Okay, this one is easy. The one for pyramids is easy. Okay, no, I'm not saying the one for prisms is not easy, but this one is easy. So we already know that the base is a square. So to get the number of faces, so in both the prism and the pyramid, we plus, but then it depends what you plus with. So here on a pyramid, we plus with 1. So we say 4 plus 1 equals to 5 faces. Was it 5 faces? Yes. And then, okay, sorry, ma'am, is that thing on top point or straight? Okay, Lunako, okay, sorry, Babalo. Okay, I'll go slower. Babalo. I'm joking. Okay, so as I was saying, to get the number of faces on a pyramid, I'm going to give you another formula. I've given you the formula for prisms. I'm now going to give you a formula for pyramids. So to get the number of faces, we say 4. So we take the base. So we say base plus 1, and the base is a square, and then the base has 4 sides because it's a square base pyramid. So you can even write it as base plus if you want. So we say base plus 1. So 4 plus 1 equals to 5. So a square base pyramid has 5 faces. To get the number of vertices, we say base plus 1 also. You see, for pyramids, I told you it's easy. So we say base plus 1. A base is still a square plus 1, so it means that it has 5 corners. How does it have 5 corners? Even if we can see here, let's come to the shape. it's a square. We know a square has 4 corners, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 corners of a square. And then the fifth one is the apex. So because all the triangles, they meet on top, so then they meet at an apex. And then to get the number of edges or to get the number of lines, we say base times 2. And the base is a square. A square has 4 sides. So we say 4 times 2 equals to 8. So a square base pyramid has 1, 5 faces, 2, 5 vertices, 3, it has 8 edges. Edges are lines, vertices are corners, faces are faces. So the other name for vertices, it's corners. The other name for edges is lines. The other name for faces is faces. A face is a face. It doesn't change. A face is a face, guys. Okay, so I can move on, right? So that is the square-based pyramid. And then I said we are going to do 2 pyramids. So the last pyramid that we are going to do is a triangular-based pyramid or a tetrahedron. Using the same information that I've given you, grade 5s, I said to get the number of faces, we say base plus 1. A triangular-based pyramid, its base is a triangle. A triangle have how many sides? It has 3 sides. So we say 3 plus 1. So 3 plus 1 equals to 4. So this means that a tetrahedron or a triangular-based pyramid has 4 faces. If it has 4 faces, we know that it has 4 corners because the number of faces and the number of corners or vertices are the same in a pyramid. So if you get the number of faces wrong, you get the number of vertices wrong. So the number of faces and the number of vertices are the same in a pyramid. And you only got to know 2 pyramids, which is a square-based pyramid and a triangular-based pyramid, right? And then the number of corners, so the number of edges, we say, so edges are always bigger. I mean, they're always higher. So a shape always has more edges than it has the corners and the faces. So edges are always bigger. So for edges, that's why on prisms, we say we multiply by 3 on the edges, right? And then here we multiply by 2. So we say base times 2, and the base is 3. So we say 3 times 2, it has 6 edges. It has 6 edges. Too much information to digest, ne? I'm sorry, but you have to know it. Otherwise, I would have failed in teaching you 3D shapes. And this is the, okay, this actually, I think yesterday you guys are going, this is easy. Why is ma'am teaching us that? We know that is a whatever. Now things are going down. Okay, so, okay, you have known this one. I've shown you that one. Okay, it's called a tetrahedron. Okay, it's called a tetrahedron because it's called a tetrahedron. I don't know, Zara, why it's called a tetrahedron now. Okay, tetra, I know tetra means 3. It's like why do we call if kids are born 3, why do we call them triplets? I don't know why they call triplets. Okay, I know that that is another name for it. It's like Zara. Okay, I know I'm pulling your leg, but I don't know why it's called that. I know that's another name for it. It's like, you remember when you guys did 2D shapes and then you did a heptagon and then someone will say, no, ma'am, it's also called a septagon. I don't know why it has 2 names. So like, I don't know why they say it's a heptagon and a septagon. I know, Naledi, that's a lot of stuff to remember, ne? But then you have to be taught. Okay, that's why I'm giving you the formulas, right? Okay, so what I just explained is here. I think this one, you should write today's date and actually so that you can go back and write down these things. You can write down the formulas in your maths book so that when you go back, whenever you go back, you have this information and you are actually ahead of the class. Imagine you know all this and then you're coming into class, they're going to think you're cool. They will think you're cool and you'll know you're cool. Okay, now let's look at a sphere. We're done with the prisms and the pyramids. A sphere, it is perfectly round. It has no edges. This one is easy. It has no vertices. It has one curved surface. It has one curved surface. This one is easy, ne? There's no formula here, guys. There's no formula. So you won't get tetra. Okay, all right. I love things. I keep on going to your charts, guys. I love seeing what you guys say because I don't want to leave anyone behind. So that is about a sphere. You see, a sphere is very easy. A sphere is very easy. So no edges, no vertices, one curved surface, perfectly round. Everyone knows a sphere. And then a cylinder. Cylinders have two flat and circular faces, which is the top and the bottom. One curved surface. So then in total, we can say that a cylinder has three faces, right? So just know that the two, they are flat and circular, and one is a curved surface. And then they don't have any vertices, no vertices. And then cones, okay, these ones are the easier ones. A cone have one flat first, which is a circle, one vertex, which is the apex like a pyramid, one edge, it also has one edge. And that's it, okay, and that's it. All right, now we come to the activity. You answer on the chat so that we can finish. I still need some few minutes before we finish. How many vertices does this shape have? Okay, we've done this, guys. How many vertices? Vertices are corners. How many corners does it have? How many corners does it have? That one, that cube. Lutando, well done. You said it has 8. It has 8. It's corners, guys. You said vertices. They are vertices are corners, right? Okay, we're not. We are running out of time. Okay, yes, praise. Okay, Pablo. I don't know Zara. Now, okay, now Zara wants to stay for 2 hours for maths. I'm joking. We'll see, Zara. Let's see that we finished. So this one, it has 8 vertices because it's a cube, guys. And then how many edges does this shape have? We know this is a square-based pyramid. This is a square-based pyramid. And then how many edges? The base is a square, and on pyramids, we say that for faces, we say +1, for vertices, we say +1, and for edges, we say. Okay, so the person who got it right is, okay, all right. If you said your answer is 8, like Sakura, like who? Like Rishile, like Faith, like Praise, or yes, like Praise. Okay, all right, I'll go back with it. Okay, so if you said like Naledi, if you said your answer is 8, you are right because we say base times 2. So it has 8 edges, and we said edges are the ones that are most in a shape. Faces and vertices, the edges are the ones that are most. So if you see that your answer, I'll show you on the table. Let me not spoil it. Okay, guys, we'll try to push for 5 more minutes and see what happens. How many edges does this shape have? A sphere, guys, how many edges does it have? I know you said we should go back. I know. It has 0. Yes, you are right. None. Okay, I love that. It has none. Okay, you are right. Someone says Dololo ma'am, nothing. All right, good. It has none. It has 0. How many faces does this shape have? How many faces does this shape have? How many faces? Rishile, okay, Lutando, Buhle, Faith, Kia, Bunono, Naledi, Sakura, Ethan, okay, all the way to, I'm seeing some messages that are making me laugh. Okay, Zara, praise, okay, you are right. Okay, Cube, you know, okay, it has 6 faces, which is the same as a rectangular prism. And how many faces does this one have? How many faces does this shape have? It's a triangular prism, by the way, guys. Triangular prism. Oh, okay, you're getting this right. Faith, Lunako, Zara, Bunono, Lisedi. You said it has, Babalo, you said it has 5. It has 5, and you are right. Amanda, it has 5, ne? It has 5 faces because it's 1 triangle, 2 the opposite one, 3 this one, 4, and the one on which is sitting for now, which makes it 5. It has 5 faces, yes, all the way to You are right, Zara, you are right, Tafika and Rushile. Okay, so we can move on to the next question. How many edges does a triangular base pyramid has? Remember we said for pyramids, if its faces is +1, if its corners, it is +1, and if its edges, it has to be more. Yes, Faith, you are right. Rushile, Bunono, Zara, So the answer is 6. 6, guys, we times 2. Yes, Kia, Lutando, Amanda, Babalo, okay. 3 times, okay, praise, yes. Yes, Zara, you are right. So it has 6 edges because we say 3 times 2. Butle, where are you? I don't see your answers. I don't see your answers. Okay, so can you screenshot this one? Okay, I want you to screenshot this one. We are not going to. So this is a table that I basically put together. I'll stand here as you guys are screenshotting. Then I'll say what I want to say. Okay, screenshot this one. Just take a screenshot or take a picture. So guys, today is a Friday, the 15th, right? Okay. I have bad news, unfortunately. I have to go back to school. Yes, my principal called. So this is the last day. This is, you can please screenshot. I'm here, I'm standing here. So that you can screenshot, only 4 slides left. So today, you can get someone with a phone and then you take a picture. So as I was saying, guys, it has been great being with you. You guys being good with all the challenges that we have faced, you know, the challenges that I'm talking about. It has been a pleasure. And it has been a pleasure knowing you guys. It's funny how I have never met you, but I feel like I know you guys. Unfortunately, oh yes, I have to. I'm also going to miss you a lot, but yes, praise, I'm living forever. But then someone is coming in my place on Monday. And I know she's also, I don't know if it's a she or a he, by the way, but I know that they're also going to be good. So you guys, they have to be good. I'm going to miss you a lot, like a lot. No, I mean my school, as in where I work, not in university, where I work, my principal. I also don't want to go, guys. It was a tough decision, but then, you know, I have a physical job. Okay, this one was an online job. I have a physical job. I know, Lutando. Okay, I know you guys are going to make me cry. I'm also going to miss you a lot. All of you. Yes. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm also going to miss you. Okay, Lunga. Okay, Lunga says, you know what, I'm going to do something. Lunga says we still have 3 minutes and I want you guys to take a picture of that homework. Lunga says, I've never heard, I don't know whether it's a he or she, her voice. So what I'm going to do, Lunga, I'm going to unmute you so that I can hear your voice. Lunga, you are unmuted. Good morning.
Morning, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm fine, and you, ma'am?
I'm also good. Okay, I've heard your voice, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, and you guys be good. Okay, I just wanted to hear Lunga's voice because he said, ma'am, you've never heard my voice. And then, yes, I know I still have to sing to, she starts with a Z. Okay, Faith. Yes, this is our final goodbye. Okay, Faith, I'm going to unmute you. Faith. Why can't I unmute Faith? Faith, I'm trying to unmute you. Okay, but I can't.
Ma'am?
Yes, okay, there you go. Yes, Faith, how are you?
But ma'am, why do you have to leave?
Faith, my job is calling.
Oh.
But then you guys are going to get a good teacher, and I know you're going to be good as you are now, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I'm going to miss you. But then you know what I'm going to do? As I'm in class, because we're not receiving learners yet, we're just going to go and do, preparing for the virus. So I'm going to log in one of the classes, one of the days, and then I'll say hi to you guys. How about that? Yes, I'll do that. Yes, you must stay safe. Okay, guys. So yes, all right. I will, Zara, I will tell my kids about you. I will, and you guys are my kids. You are my kids, you are my kids.